Who made this nice and symmetrical? Except it's kind of not symmetrical. Oh my god, it's almost symmetrical.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Better.
Well, then you brought us a collection of things.
Yeah, I brought a collection. I don't know. This is just a kind of a dump of pictures that I probably shouldn't say dump. A collection of photos that I appreciate from the amazing artist Simon Stålenhag. Hog. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. And yeah, he's just been an acclaimed artist that kind of blew up. I think mid 2010s.
I feel like I've been looking at this guy's stuff since
yeah,
high
like he's
school.
just been incredibly consistent. I think this photo here is like 2014, 2015. It's pretty old. But even then, like this artist has been just so profound that he got his own TV show, like Amazon TV show. I still have yet to watch it. Just
What
based on all of his art, because you can
It's cool.
incredibly, or you can, make stories from all of his key art shots like this, and they're so, I don't know, vivid and lush with the details.
I think they just ask a lot of questions, you know.
Yeah.
And
Are they all
cool,
2D painted too?
Yeah, it's all 2D painted, and it's just beautiful. It has this beautiful dichotomy of like the realism of everyday life and some ethereal, almost crazy.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
the
think he does the
environment
whole
to it.
thing.
are all
Yeah,
very grounded, but like and then there's some element in it that's
Yeah, he like other than the lightning. It's all like it's a grounded is the good word, but it's all like very relatable stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, to a degree, if you look at all of them, they're all normal photos with one thing that's insane. That's one thing that's kind of like, with the exception of kind of the one with all the wires going all to the everyone's red lights. That one's a bit more crazy, but like everything else is just like what would be a pretty photo, a pretty painting by itself, but then there's some big thing in it that that establishes a lot of the differences right off the bat. But everything else, it's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
It is literally one thing in each image, kind of, where it's just like, this is weird.
This is the thing, except for the bus one. I guess there's some buildings.
I was thinking the buildings are a bit crazy, but it's really subtle.
Yeah. I feel like this guy's art always comes up if I'm looking, like if I just like want to start a project or something. I'm looking up robot reference or like some cool concept art for something. Like I feel like always one of his pops up.
Yeah,
very,
I specifically like save a bunch of key art that I like from or key illustrations from him, just because it's good reference, or not even reference, but inspiration for personal projects or shorts. Because like looking at just this one over here, where my family lives, there's a bunch of there's fields of canola, and it's this beautiful contrast of like yellow against the blue sky. And just looking at this picture, I'm like, oh man, I could totally film something of similar to this. And
very cool.
Spread my
very pretty stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on down to Calvin. What do you got for us? You got some superhero stuff for us, Calvin?
As always, Calvin loves his superhero stuff.
You got some Batman.
This is the Batman.
Yeah.
This is the Batman. I thought this movie. I pretty much watched this movie just based on the trailer, how pretty the trailer was. I don't remember anything that happens, but it's very, very, very pretty.
Very pretty.
I don't remember it being bad.
No, it was good. It was good.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, Batman origin movies or Batman early on movies that don't get into Justice League stuff and all that dumb fucking stuff. They're always, they've always been kind of. I was gonna say they've always been good, but that's not true. But recently they've been good. Since the 2000s, they've been good.
Yeah,
just like a condensed story.
Well, they don't have
takes place in one area and like that doesn't have to.
I was specifically thinking about George Clooney, but
okay, sure.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, no, I think this movie's pretty, just based on the cinematography. Seems to throw punches. I mean, it does the good thing. It does the what an absolute go. It does the good thing of. I mean, I think here these images are kind of lifted because they're web, but it does the really good thing of just letting blacks go black and letting stuff just kind of disappear and not getting the, hey, can we gamma up by 20% and see all the detail. But then there's obviously like so much painting with light on top of that to give everything enough shape, so you don't have the Game of Thrones issue that we talked about the other week. There's still like a ton of shape. Even in that first image, you get shapes. Again, I think this is lifted to fuck, but you get shapes, you get their body shapes. I mean, you can see his legs, you can see his belt, but like making out any details is
when you're referring to shaping,
difficult.
just so if some people don't understand, is that the adding lights or rims and like rim lighting to like accentuate a silhouette or just the shape of a person or object. So like these characters in the background, you can see all like their faces more and how they pop out against the background. And because if you didn't have that, then you just have like black throughout the entire shot, and it would just they would all muddle together.
I think this is a theme throughout the whole movie, is just like letting details go black. Not saying like I mean the car fire one, for example, you see everything. There's like tons of stuff you're seeing there, but that car in the back is just silhouetted, and there isn't like, hey, we can't see what type of make it is. We can't see.
Right.
And the rest of these sequences also kind of reflect. These are kind of bad shots to be talking about this, because there's a lot more shots in the movie. These are just all pretty shots, but there's a lot more shots in the film that are like illegible. I mean, the red shot gets there, like in the crowd, all you're seeing is like the shaping on their faces, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then it is just, it's just moving dots, which is, it's just a lot of fun. This stuff is like, it always seems really easy to do. Like in your head, it's like, oh, this is so simple, but it's hard to do this without it feeling forced. Like it felt very natural for this film, and then also it's just hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to color bends properly.
Same with all like the lenses and stuff. Like it's all like very dirty. Like lens stuff is always like some lens dirt or smudge dirt. I think this is the movie too where they use I think it's the Helios lens on some of it, which is like an old Russian lens, where you get like the really squirrely bokeh and stuff.
Old cool shit.
There was
and they weren't afraid to just shoot through lens dirt and shoot. There's a lot of water. I remember there were specifically some scenes where there's just, I don't know if it was on the lens. I was assuming it's plexiglass in front of the lens, where it's just water fucking pouring down in the foreground.
There's a few of those.
There's one thing I want to add.
I was looking for one. I couldn't find it.
Greg Fraser worked on this because I think this was in the midst of COVID. He said he worked on this like 2 to 3 years, and that's a long time for a project, or at least on a film. It's usually like
I would like to see what that breakdown, like pre-production and post-production for that is.
But
I could see this type of show being in color for fucking ever. You know what I mean? Like I could see just noodling every single shot back and forth in DI for 2 years if you wanted to, without getting bored.
Can you explain what DI is for people who don't know?
What the fuck does DI mean?
Or it doesn't like just
what the job is.
Other people call it color timing. It's just colorists in a room making stuff pretty. What the fuck does DI stand for? Is it digital intermediate? No,
we'll get back to you with that on episode 60. You guys tune in.
Yeah, Batman, very pretty. Very pretty movie.
It is digital intermediate.
Oh, never mind. Back on episode 59. Coming back to you with Calvin with the great answers.
How did I remember that? I called that, right? Yeah, it's just that. Yeah. Okay, so the definition is a motion picture finishing process, which classically involves digitizing a motion picture and manipulating a color and other characteristics. So it seems like, I guess I don't know about old film if they went through a color process, like film in like the 60s and 70s, or even earlier. Did they sit and do color timing? I don't know if they did.
Probably.
Did they? I can't think of a lot of really old famous films that have like really heavy. I thought that maybe that's like a digital.
But back on when things were still in film, I'm sure they were doing it. Maybe like not like in the first film days.
I'm sure they were doing like rough stuff.
Tinting it, or even just picking different films to use that has a
contrast and yeah. Anyways,
very cool.
Speaking of old films being
oh wait, did you pick this to pick me off? Did you pick this? You picked this just to piss me off.
Well, I don't know why I would piss you off. But...
Oh, we've had a conversation about The Room.
Yeah. This is from Ready Player One. The scene.
Wait, hold on.
It was The Room, right? That's the name of the film. Why am I blanking on
The Shining?
The Shining. What the fuck is The Room?
Where they go into the Shining movie and recreate a bunch of.
We've literally had a conversation on this podcast about bringing shots that are just from The Shining.
Did we?
Yeah, Colton brought some in that were just remakes of the shots from The Shining, from that fucking video game.
Control.
Oh,
There was some
control.
references. That was just like the carpet looks.
It was just funny. I thought you brought this because I yelled at him about it.
Oh no.
Right, are you not a fan of The Shining, Calvin? Hold on.
No. I was just you brought in. I thought you were bringing in the elevator shot from something else that is just an homage to The Shining and not bringing in the Shining shots. And I was like, what are you doing? And I think this is literally the Shining.
Well, I don't think any of us actually brought. Wait, before we continue. Any of us have actually brought shots from The Shining yet? So
I don't think so.
No, but like the shots you brought in, I think were homages. I mean, they were very Kubrick, right? So like,
this is as close as we've gotten to The Shining because it's
I think this is a shot from The Shining, by the way.
No, this is they've digitally recreated.
No.
Oh, it probably.
Yeah. But I mean, I think this is like the same
copied it 1-to-1. Yeah.
Framing, copy one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought, like this whole sequence throughout. Like I'm pretty sure it's all full CG, and it's like you just forget it as soon as you're in it, especially with whatever treatment they're kind of doing over top with like some like lensing, like you can see kind of like soft edges and stuff to like match the film look kind of wonderful.
I also think the windows.
There is like a I mean the windows and the lensing stuff is like really
it's very pretty.
Again, it's very heavy. Look at the grain. I bet you that's scanned film grain. That's like super heavy.
Yeah, probably.
It's rare that we ever get to have grain on here. Anyways, it's how fucking heavy it is. But I think you dropped your guard a little bit because this is what films did look like. This is just stealing from a film. Stealing, that's not fair, but this is taking from a film, so it's easy just to be like, oh, it's just the building from The Shining.
Right, you're
not like looking for it. Yeah, I mean, if you were to like that's played, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I just had up the ILM's like breakdown of some other shots too, like even with like they have like the blood coming through, they just have that hallway and like they wipe to like their gray shade and stuff, and they have the final shot. Like, that's just crazy.
I would like to see like you can compare a 1-to-1 with.
It's right here if you want to take a look at the link. Sorry, I zoomed in. No, it's gorgeous.
That was so loud.
And this shot too is like has like this shaky cam feel that actually feels similar to what they did in The Shining. It was like
what shot are you talking about?
Or like this exact shot, like at the very beginning. It's like 20 or 30 seconds in.
Right.
I don't know what the proper term is, like when it's just booming down. Is that what
it is? Like it's like on like the arm, whatever. Like
it's on the arm. Yeah,
it's not a steady cam thing that they have today where it's
on the rail.
It's on it's somewhere. It's it's.
I wish more movies when they were going full CG did this. You know what I mean? Like they tried to make the camera like put more work into making the camera feel that it is like purely physical. Because I feel like that adds a lot to it. Cough, anything flying. That was a weird movie, wasn't it? Anyways,
it was fun.
What was that?
But wait, why do you think? Hold on, we had a little conversation a little bit earlier that I want to talk about. Why do you think it's a bad thing for these characters to be extremely overlit here, Calvin?
No, I just look at it and I immediately went, okay. One, it's small on my screen, and the first thing I just started feeling like something was nitpicky. I mean, this is one of those things too where it's a still.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
Like sometimes it's like for the one frame, it just feels weird, but then you see it in motion, and it's like
if you watch the sequence that Colton sent, and you watch them go from outside the theater right to inside, it's kind of less.
Okay.
jarring.
Number one, whoever fucking put this YouTube video together has done smoothing on it. The absolute fucking asshole. If you've ever posted a YouTube video with frame upscaling or smoothing, kill yourself. Okay, I don't like you. Like the grain's gone. Where the fuck's the grain? I can't. I can't. I think his pants are too dark.
Compression, yeah.
I think the pants are too dark, and I think it's too shiny. But that's also me, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so, I think it's very much.
They are also like very just shiny characters.
Yeah,
they are just fucking covered in metal and just shiny. Yeah, okay.
But they're also like supposed to be like video game characters.
Yeah,
they didn't come in and transition.
Also, like
style.
I feel like old films were all muted with this stuff. Like their highlights and everything would be more muted, just because that's just what the
which it is in the scene, right? But that's what I'm saying is I think it's a very
but I think it would have been more fun to have them be a bit more muted and make it more about the environment.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm just trash.
True.
I'm just trash.